So definitions, the perfect cluster. The definition of perfect is an event or an experience that is exactly what you need at that time to come closer to integration. Again, from my belief structure, then to God. Perfect is a mistake that gets a retake. We learn by mistakes, not successes. Perfected, that's a whole different thing. Perfected, instead of, again, from a religious standpoint, I'm going to move away from it for a second. Perfected is living in the flow. So we'll need to understand that. It is a healthy integration of the conscious and the subconscious. Imagine what it must be like to live on a day-to-day basis in the flow. Now, Mikhail Csikszentmihalyi is a Hungarian scientist here who works in the realm of positive psychology with Martin Seligman, developed this term flow. So let me give you my little definition of flow to help you understand why perfected is really just living inside this flow. Flow is a state of complete concentration and acceptance. It is effortless and typically happens as the result of deliberate practice and only exists in a state of well-being. Those words have all been defined. Flow is like hitting this runner's high. I remember I did a lot of cycling, and this one race that I would do, it was a fundraiser for children at Mary Bridge Hospital in Tacoma, Washington, called the Courage Classic. We have to ride over 3 mountain passes. So day 1 was over Snoqualmie, day 2 was Blewett, day 3 was Stevens. On the 3rd day, this is after roughly 100 plus miles of mountain passes, we climb over Stevens Pass. And there's a mini hill before the big hill. So you come up on this, you have to climb this hill. It's about a 5 to 6 mile hill. And it's roughly about a 3 to 4% grade. So it's not a steep grade, right? But it's still a hill with occasional of 5 and a 6er, but not long enough to really have a huge impact. For whatever reason, about 3 years in a row, I could hit a high on that hill. I mean, my muscles were just awesome. They were going well. I was really well focused. It felt good, yet it was hard. I was breathing hard, but I was just in this zone. And unless you've been there, it's really hard to describe a runner's high. But I was in the flow, according to Csikszentmihalyi. It was the most amazing feeling, and I love it when I can replicate that zone. Now, what if you could do that zone with your spouse, with your children, with your coworkers? What if you could replicate that zone with yourself? Being in that flow, in that perfected state, is a complete integration of hiccup and toothless, rider, elephant, conscious and subconscious. Okay, the third one of these P's is perfectionism. It is shame-based addiction. It is a coping mechanism. It's insatiable and it's insufficient. It's an obsession to hide one's flaws. That's our perfect cluster. So we'll talk to you again. Thanks for listening.